at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk, and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction, and over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong, and that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Alright, hello everyone, this is Aaron Fish from ATF Gaming, and welcome to Formula 1 2018 in the 2019 mod on racedepartment.com. I did a whole intro for this, but I forgot to press the record button. So, this is a mod on racedepartment.com for F1 2018 that puts the 2019 rosters in the game. And we are going to be doing a simulative experiment here, leading up to what is arguably the greatest day in racing, in Memorial Day Sunday, with the Monaco Grand Prix, Indianapolis 500, and the Coca-Cola 600. We will be doing 25% races in all three of those series. In the most recent games, IndyCar is kind of a sketchy one. We'll talk about that later. So we're using the 2019 rosters here in F1 2018. I am racing as Williams, Robert Kubica, because there is no way he's going to score points and finish anywhere up front in real life. So what we're going to do is I'm going to race as him. If I manage to score points or, win the race or something, I can immediately take him out of the running order, and we can get our actual predictions for this week's Monaco Grand Prix. So without further ado, we're going to head off to qualifying here. I've had to turn the difficulty way down because I actually want to be somewhat... Oh, that was a really bad timing for them to give me control of the car. That was really weird. So we're already not off to a good start. But yeah, so this is going to be interesting. Hopefully I can be relatively competitive, but if not, then we can still get our prediction out of the way anyway, and this will be a rather short video. I still could never turn there. Oh, look at us. We're right behind Pierre Gasly, who is the current pole sitter. That's ironic and probably won't happen in real life, but we're going to roll with it anyway. I can't turn. There we go. So, obviously, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Formula 1, this might be a little bit difficult to understand, because, oh boy. Alright, so we're starting towards the back of the grid. That's great. But that's realistic for Robert Kubica. But anyway, Robert Kubica is a longtime Formula 1 driver, but he got involved in a really ugly crash and has been out of the series for many, many years. 5 or 6 years, and now he's returning to Williams, and Williams is arguably one of the worst cars on the grid, and I'll explain more about that in a minute.
It is all set then for the race tomorrow, but before we go, let's quickly remind ourselves of our top three, who are Gasly, Vettel and Charles Leclerc. The grid is set then, so that just leaves the race itself. Join us tomorrow, where we'll be live with all the action, and until then, it's goodbye.
Alright, so we're starting at the back, most likely with our teammate. Yep, that's predictable. We got Gasly on pole, which again I don't think is very realistic, but hopefully this will still prove to be a relatively good simulative experience. But let's head off to the race.
No heroics into Sandoval, please. We're in amongst the pack and just need to stay in one piece.
No promises. Alright, so we got a strategy here. Let's mess around with it a bit and see if we can improve it. We are going to go there. We're going to go a bit early. I mean, we're in the back anyway, so it's not going to matter. We'll give us some extra fuel. And we'll leave the car set up where it is. Let's go. We're on the right side, so that's an advantage. I'm going to turn 1. But lights are out and away we go as, oh god, I can't even think of his name right now. What's the commentator's name? Oh my god. Martin Brundle? No, that's one of the analysts. Oh my god, I feel so bad. I'm so sad right now. Oh, Magnussen kind of pinched me down, but that was going to be an aggressive move regardless. I don't think I touched him, but whatever you say, game. Alright, now we're going to the traffic jam of this turn. Again, not much control over that situation, game, but I swear if you give me a warning for that collision, I'm going to lose it. Okay. Well, let's see if we can work our way through the field here. I feel like we have some speed, which is excellent, especially considering Williams. So let me tell you guys a little bit about Williams for those who may not be familiar with Formula One. Williams, at the turn of the century, was one of the best Formula One teams. I believe Pablo Montoya ran for him. Some really good drivers ran for Williams, but you know, the last 5 or 6 years they've really fallen off the map, and this year especially, it's just been absolutely silly how uncompetitive they've been. Because it basically what happened is they designed a car for this year, and the FIA rejected that car design very last minute. At least that's what I believe happened. I'm not 100% up to date on all that, the happenings there, but the FIA rejected their car, and they could not get a new car design ready in time for preseason testing. So they are obviously very behind in that regard, and it showed when they went to the season opener. And they're finally getting close, I think, but they're still really far off. And they have, neither of their drivers have managed to finish ahead of any running drivers at the end of any of the Formula One races so far this year. So that just kind of gives you a picture of how bad they've really been. They're like the Morgan Shepherds of Formula One right now, if you are NASCAR centric and understand that reference. Alright, but we are catching up to Lando Norris, one of the rookies in the series, and an up-and-coming rookie who has a lot of promise, I say. He's still learning. I'm not going to say he's not learning, but he's still raw. So we're going to have to wait a couple years on that, and the team in general, obviously. Now, I'm recording this on the day of Indy 500 Bump Day, so I do not know the fate of the McLaren IndyCar team yet and Fernando Alonso. So hopefully by the next video, you guys will, I'll know that, and I can maybe comment more clearly on that. But I'm recording this during the rain delay on Bump Day, so I do not know anything about that yet. But obviously, McLaren as a whole has a long ways to go in both Formula One and IndyCar. But the middle of the pack race this year in Formula One is a lot closer. It's almost kind of flipped on its head besides Williams struggling, because last year Renault was the best of the rest, I believe, and now Renault has been struggling. Alfa Romeo has been decent with Kimi Räikkönen. Giovinassi's been struggling. McLaren's been doing better. Racing Point, which is formerly Force India, has been doing pretty well. Oh, I have DRS here. Okay, I got distracted by the DRS. That's unfortunate.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the ultra softs.
But yeah, Racing Point Force India has been really good. They're not Force India anymore. I don't know why I put that in there. Haas has been doing really well. I think they're getting somewhere in Haas. They just need some new drivers. I don't think Grosjean especially, I don't think is the answer to getting Haas up front. Excess of fuel, did he say? I will throw it into... I just realized my mouse is in the way, so I'm going to get that out of there. Never had that happen before in a Formula One recording. Oh boy. Yeah, this car still handles like crap. I'm not going to say it doesn't. Did you say we're pitting this time, or are we just approaching the window? I'm pretty sure we're just approaching the window. But yeah, and then
Car in front is
the upper, the top three, which has for the last couple of years been Mercedes, Ferrari, and Red Bull, are still the top three. Pierre Gasly has struggled a lot this year. He's the he's the replacement for Daniel Ricciardo after Ricciardo moved to Renault. And he's been struggling. I think maybe a year early for him going up to Red Bull, and he's kind of paying the price for it. With a lot of discussion, at least among fans, about should he be replaced in Red Bull, because the Red Bull cars have plenty of potential. Verstappen, I think, is like second. No, not second, like third in points. So he's obviously been doing good, but Gasly has been struggling real hard. I really need to not get on that curb. Go, please. Okay. We were catching up to Raikkonen, but not anymore. Oh, I hit that inside wall again. Okay, so I'm essentially just blowing my race away right now, which is unfortunate. But again, this is mainly for simulative and prediction purposes, so while I would love to say I could win this race, it probably won't happen, as Robert Kubica. But yeah, Mercedes has just been dominant this year. The only race that Mercedes could have lost was Bahrain, when Charles Leclerc, the new Ferrari driver, was so dominant, but he had engine issues toward the end of the race, and that was unfortunate. Alright. We are boxing this lap, so that is something to keep in mind when we head into that final turn. But yeah, Mercedes have been absolutely dominant this year. I think Monaco is going to be the first race that they don't finish 1-2 at, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that they finished 1-2 at every single race. They've had, what, 5 races so far this year, and Mercedes has finished 1-2, whether it be Hamilton winning or Bottas winning. Bottas is having a great season, by the way. I'm really happy to see somebody kind of compete with Hamilton over at Mercedes. We haven't had that since Nico Rosberg retired. Well, it's really good to see that. Alright, but we are pitting this time. Apparently that was a really good second sector. Don't really feel like I did anything differently there, but I'm not going to argue. Alright, we got to turn right here. Oh god, that's such a hard pit road to get onto. Alright, we did not get slowed down there. Fast pit stop, please. Go, go, go. Oh, we have caught up to, I think that's Magnussen, or no, that's Grosjean right there.
Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
Alright, let's see if we can catch up to Grosjean here. I feel like we gained a lot of time on that pit road sequence, so that is excellent. Kind of made up for some of our issues, let's say, earlier in the race. Self-inflicted issues. But I'd say if we can, top 15 it, and maybe we can compete for points. This is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea, Aaron. That was a really bad idea.
Virtual safety car, virtual safety car. Reduce speed immediately and keep a positive delta. Oh.
Can I rewind? Dang it, I don't have those. So yeah, that was less a very undesired move, because now everybody else is going to pit under the virtual safety car. And we're not going to have nearly as much time gained as they do. And we lost a ton of time to the rest of the cars that pitted under that sequence as well. So that's unfortunate. Yeah, pretty much everybody's on pit road right now. Looks like a Red Bull stayed out, and the Red Bulls and Ferrari stayed out. Looks like Mercedes pitted.
VSC ending, we're going green. counter until the green flags. The track is clear. Green flag.
We were fighting with Stroll earlier, so it'd be really nice to get around him if we can. We're in 14th, so that's right where we were. We were 14th or 13th. This is right around where we were, so all in all, not as traumatic of a sequence as it could have been. I would love to get around Stroll before that stupid corner, and then maybe we can actually make this corner without hitting anything. Yep, made it. Oh, Lance Stroll. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Lance Stroll is the son of a man named Lawrence Stroll. He's a very rich man. If I were a rich man, sorry, I decided to sing some Fiddler on the Roof there. But Lance Stroll has basically bought out rides for his son Lance, and he's basically like the owner, or yeah, he's an owner of. Oh God, this car is horrible. He's the owner of Racing Point now. He bought it when Force India had to go into bankruptcy.
Our gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds.
And basically bought out a seat for Lance, so it's unfortunate that somebody more deserving of a ride doesn't get it. But really, Lance is deserving. He just gets a lot of crap for the situation, and I get it. I mean, NASCAR, we have the Dillon brothers in a similar situation. So I get it, but I mean, he's terrible at qualifying. He has not made it out of Q1 in over a year, I think. It's pretty bad. But he's a decent racer. I'll give him that. People underestimate him because obviously they kind of write him off with the whole buying a seat issue. But like I said, in NASCAR we got the same thing. And IndyCar has it a bit too. Not nearly as much, but IndyCar has it a bit as well. Alright, so we are following the McLaren of Lando Norris. Did I talk about him already? I've made so many recordings of this video, attempts at this video. I can't remember if I talked about him or not. I'm going to say I talked about him, and we're going to move on and pass him, as the game lags out tremendously. Lewis Hamilton's in the 18th. What is going on? This is not the simulative experience I was hoping for. Because unless if Hamilton crashes or has huge issues, I highly doubt Lewis Hamilton's going to be in 18th. Man, that corner was so bad. If any of you remember my career mode here, did I even put this race up? I remember it was so bad, I considered not putting it up. I remember it was just that bad. But is Lewis Hamilton really, like, legitly, after pit stops, running 11th right now? I find that really hard to believe. Granted, Lewis is not that great at Monaco. We've seen that in the past. Monaco, I think it's just Mercedes more than anything. The car is just not like the best in the world at Monaco. Mercedes is more trimmed out towards speed versus, you know, tight corners, and that's why Red Bull usually excels here at Monaco. Alright, if they want me to go on roofs, I'll go on roofs. That's fine. We'll catch up to freaking Lewis Hamilton. What a great day that would be if we can have Robert Kubica passing Lewis Hamilton in 2019. That would be great. He's stuck behind somebody. Who is he stuck behind? He is severely stuck behind. Looks like maybe Ricardo or Hulkenberg, one of the Renaults. I expect Ricardo to be up front, so I'm going to assume this is Hulkenberg. I don't know if it's just a pit strategy conflict or if it's legitly running, but he is definitely stuck behind these guys. He is out of the points right now. It's kind of hard to believe that, honestly. And Robert Kubica is definitely catching up to good old Lewis Hamilton here. These are words that the announcers were never going to say in their lifetimes. But I get to say them here because I'm commentating a video game and not real life. I would love for Monaco to just be absolutely insane. We have weird running orders, maybe a underfunded team wins. Obviously Red Bull is probably going to. Red Bull or Ferrari, I don't think Mercedes is going to win. I think the other two teams are just absolutely desperate at this point. And it looks like a Red Bull is pretty much pulling away here. It's probably Gasly, knowing my luck, and this prediction is going to be completely moot. But whatever. Turn, please. Thank you. Yep, this car is absolute garbage. Just putting that out there. And tire situation's not helping. Lando's catching back up to us as I run into the wall looking backwards. What's the change camera button here? Oh no, that's the downshift button. Do not do that, Aaron. I just downshifted on the middle of a straight twice because I didn't know if that button was. Oops. I have not gotten any corner cutting things, even though I've clearly cut that corner about 6 or 7 times, but whatever, not going to question it. But I guess I'll go ahead and throw out my own personal predictions for this. I mean, I've kind of talked about it a bit. I think Max Verstappen is going to win this race, breaking the Mercedes 1-2 streak. I mean, Vettel should do well, but knowing Vettel recently, he's probably just going to choke away whatever good position he had. Okay, that is the best I've gotten through that corner all day. That was the best I've gotten through that general section, and it shows with the blue sector there. Hamilton is still stuck behind these guys. This is absolutely ridiculous. Now, before some of you throw the blame on this mod, I have watched people play this mod, and they have very realistic running orders, in my opinion, so in my opinion, I'm not going to blame it on that. Now, obviously, that is a factor that you could blame it on, but I'm not going to let myself do that anyway. Hamilton cannot get around whoever that is. I'm going to assume it's Hulkenberg, and then I see an Alfa Romeo, I think, ahead of him. Ahead of them, possibly, or Ferrari. I'm not that good with colors. We've established that in the past, so. Could also be Magnussen, for all I know. Look at that. We're getting through that corner without hitting. Never mind. Never mind. We're going to throw it on Rich here a bit, see if I can catch up to the back of that group. Yep, there's the exceeding track limits I was clearly expecting there. They haven't gotten in the corner coming up here. This one right here. They clearly don't seem to care about cutting that corner. That was extremely close to clipping the rear tires on the wall. I would not have been pleased with that. Full race update.
We're sat in P12. Hamilton is ahead of you. The gap to the car ahead is 3.8 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. Van Dorn is behind you. The gap behind us is 1.9 seconds. They're on fresh ultra softs. The gap to the leader is 30.0 seconds. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 6 laps to go.
So clearly they don't have the names of the new drivers in there yet, but that's understandable. That'd be hard to fit in. Oh. Thank you for reminding me, Jeff. Much appreciated. But I really like this mod. Now, obviously, if I had jumped on this bandwagon a little sooner, I might have considered applying it to my career mode. But now I'm just in a holding pattern for F1 2019 to come out, which is supposed to be earlier than it has been in the past, and it's supposed to have F2 cars in it, which is like the Xfinity series or the Indy Lights series to F1, so that would be really cool to have in the game. Add another layer to the career mode. At least I hope they apply it to the career mode. Pardon me if you heard that. I have a bit of a hiccup condition coming on right now, which is a great thing to have while recording a video. But we're so close to the end. I was really hoping you'd say the car ahead. I've been gaining time, but no, clearly not. I will say this is far better than Robert Kubica could be. Oh, we need to go on lean. This is far better than Robert Kubica could ever be expecting to finish here at Monaco this year. So that's good for him, but you haven't had any retirements, though. I was hoping we'd have some retirements and have that play into... Oh, God. Yeah, I know, that was clearly exceeding track limits, but that sure isn't. Oh, here we go again. Yep, wall high. Yeah, we still got a Red Bull leading a Ferrari up front. Mercedes is currently outside the top four. Bottas must be fifth, and I'm freaking Hamilton stuck back behind this group of cars. I know Monaco's hard to pass, but freaking Lewis Hamilton has to find a way past, you know, a Renault. We got an Alfa Romeo. We got a McLaren. He's got to be able to find a way past those guys, right? Oh my God, turn please. No, Lando. Lando, no. Lando. I did not make a single piece of contact with Lando. Lando Doris is his new name. Oh dear Lord, Aaron. No. Lando, no. Lando Doris. That's a mouthful right there. Car behind. Driver behind.
Stroll behind. Our gap behind is 3.1 seconds. They're on fresh Ultra Softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 19.4.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any.
Leading our teammate by 21.4.
Really don't care about Mr. Russell right. Oh no. That's gonna be fun to see happen up front. I'm pretty sure he's ahead of us. Pretty sure. I'd have to believe he's the one who's in that little pack with Hamilton, so. Poor Hamilton. Oh, turn please. Turn. Thank you. Poor Hamilton. I've never felt bad for the guy in my life, but I'm feeling bad for his virtual car in this game currently, because he is just stuck behind those group of 4 cars right there, and he can do nothing about it. The good thing is that Raikkonen might pull this pack back to us. Oh, we're good on lean now. We can go back to standard. Ow. Alright, we'll get DRS. Oh, no. Just about to say how we're going to get DRS here. We might be able to pass him going through that first corner, and then that happens. Okay, if I look at my map correctly, Hamilton might have gotten past them. Again, colorblind, not the best at reading these color-coded maps. Alright, we have clearly lost 12th place now because I cannot race cleanly to save my life anymore. These tires are absolutely shot. I'm going to blame it on the tires, even though it's probably just my absolutely piss poor driving.
You've been awarded a time penalty for
I've been awarded. I've been awarded. It's an award. I've got an award. Oh, SpongeBob references. Oh my God. Lord help me. I got both of the Racing Point cars hot in my bumper now.
final lap of the race.
Final lap of the race. Hallelujah. I need to finish 3 seconds ahead of Stroll. That's not happening. Just putting that out there. That is not happening. But again, simulative experience with a side of bad racing. Oh, not bad racing, bad driving by me because I'm a terrible driver and I haven't played this game in months. Again, one of the best times I've gotten through. Never mind. Every time I'm about Pierre oh no. Pierre Gasly wins the race and we can basically throw out this whole experiment. Dang it, game. Now, if Pierre Gasly ends up winning the real-life Monaco Grand Prix, all the more power to him, but I'm pretty sure we can all safely assume that that's probably not going to happen. Out of the top 6 drivers, he's probably the least likely to end up winning this race, but I mean, he is in a Red Bull. Red Bulls do well here, so he could surprise us, but I have my severe doubts. Alright, so 13th on track, but I'm assuming we're going to end up like 14th or 15th.
So as they climb out of the car, the Red Bull team are ready and waiting to celebrate a thoroughly well-deserved win. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalize on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And I can see now the drivers are making their way out. We need Red Bull fighting at the front. They do an incredible amount for Formula One. And that's another winner's trophy heading back to Milton Keynes.
Just kind of blew an air kiss to the trophy. Didn't really actually make lip contact. So Red Bull split into 2 Ferraris. Vettel second, Leclerc third. I mean, that's a decent prediction. Just put Verstappen inside of
Now
Gasly.
I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, I think it has to be Fernando Alonso. He got the strategy spot on and consistently had the pace to come through as well.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
So I'm pretty sure Robert Kubica is the person who took the place of Fernando Alonso in the voiceovers. So I'm going to take driver today. Kimi Räikkönen had a 5-second penalty as well as our teammate, I believe, had another one. So let's look at the race director here and figure out what happened there. Oh my God. That's a lot of me. I'm not going to... Räikkönen and Russell ignored a yellow flag, so, and they both did not serve the penalty. All right, so predictions for the Monaco Grand Prix. All right, Pierre Gasly wins over Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc. Max Verstappen 4th, Valtteri Bottas 5th. Ricardo, Sainz, Perez, Hulkenberg, and Lewis Hamilton takes the final points position. That's not happening. Yeah. So that is not dear Lord, this is farthest away from NASCAR. This is your Formula One Monaco Grand Prix prediction for 2019. Let me know in the comments what you guys will think will happen. I mean, I've explained basically what's happened so far in the series, so even if you're not familiar with Formula One, if you listen to my explanations closely, and I didn't say something wrong, then you could probably make an educated guess. So leave that in the comments below. I'd love to see some of your opinions. Like I said, I think Verstappen's going to win. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. And if you want to see more content from ATF Gaming, be sure to hit that red subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.